like Jake Paul. I mean, legit.
Oh, did you use the word legit with the Pauls?
Like legit. I'm obviously being very
Oh,
sarcastic here.
I know.
We don't have to go down that rabbit hole. He's actually not that bad, but I had to throw that out there.
I know.
I believe he retired
well,
on top.
And he unretired, I think.
So I can't pay the money because I can't invest into that. Like I feel like if I'm investing the money, I'll support it, but I'll watch it. And like the first thing I thought was like, this is fucking the fix. I mean, he got fucking hammered. There's no way he wins that in the decision. I mean, you can't have hometown judges with a hometown dude. Like two of the judges were from the city and it's just a bad deal. And I'm like, there's no way he fucking wins that.
Yeah. But
he did. And he did.
Well, I mean, there's winning and then there's winning. He won.
Well, he wins because he gets paid.
He was much more active. I love Tyron. Tyron's my guy.
Yeah.
But it was I was watching that just like pulling my hair out, like, Tyron, fucking throw. Like you're every time you would connect, it was having some amount of effect on Jake. And Tyron's an athlete. And it was just like, come on, pull the trigger.
Well, so, do you think so what's interesting and I think different than MMA is like in boxing, you learn like if a dude's hitting you with, like one or two big blows, like dudes go to the clinch. Like that's how you fucking protect yourself. And whereas in MMA, if you clinch, you're going to get fucking beat. So like, I sometimes wonder when these guys come over from boxing, if they don't like the muscle memory, the time of like, going in, throwing, a couple bigs, going in for the clinch, pushing them, letting the ref come in, separate people, taking shots. Like I wonder if like the cadence is fucked up. So those guys for their first professional fight who've come from the MMA world, it's like, oh shit, I'm here now. I mean, you saw it with McGregor when he went into it. He just wasn't prepared for that piece.
Yeah, I think you used the perfect word, cadence. And it is a very different cadence. And that's a real thing. Like you can, obviously Tyron Woodley knows how to throw some nasty punches and put together some really beautiful combinations, and he moves well, but it's just a different frame of mind. It's almost like the muscle memory of the way that you think about being in a fight. He has too many decades of thinking about a fight in a certain context. And even though he's got all the tools in the world, the interstitial of putting those tools together and using them at the appropriate times just maybe wasn't there. And I don't know why. I don't know when he got a little bit gun shy, but man, I wish the best for him. I love Tyron. I think
could it be the gloves? I mean, because you obviously know the difference in terms of like, like when you're hit with like the light gloves, like in MMA, it's one thing, but when you get hit with like 16-ounce gloves, the stunning effect. And like, I always think like, these are intangibles that unfortunately the talking heads never, I mean, it's always funny. Like it's so few in boxing where the guys that are doing the commentating legitimately have any fucking chops. Whereas I feel like in MMA, you have dude like Joe Rogan and some of the other guys that legitimately could fuck some people up. So they have like a personal point of view. But boxing, it's usually old white men that have never fought a fucking day. Yeah. And so as like I'm listening to commentating, I'm like, the fact that here he's having to wear these big gloves, and even though he's done training, just like the stunning effect of getting hit, coming in on the clinch. And normally in MMA, when the clinch comes up, somebody's going to go to the ground, somebody's going to get tossed, somebody's going to get a hit. But then, like when that happens, that's almost like the reset to push him aside. So I'm just always thinking like, if this is his first professional fight, like how, like you said, like how many of the instincts is he going against, thinking like, oh fuck, I'm in a clinch, I'm going to fucking cut this dude's eye open with my elbow. Oh shit, I can't do that.
Yeah. Even if it's a microsecond where your brain wants to go in direction, you have to like, steer it back. Oh no, we're on this path right now. That's a real thing. And the defense too is so different with bigger gloves. Some would say it's easier, but regardless of whether it's easier or harder, it's different. And the fact that it's different is going to make you spend just that much more time thinking about what it is. So yeah, I agree with you that definitely could have been a factor for sure.
Yeah, I mean, seeing legitimate boxers is good. Seeing that is just, I mean, the only reason he's challenging these dudes is because he knows he's taking them out of their element. So that makes, there's no way he wants to get into a rematch like a year from now when that dude, all he's going to do is fight 7 days a week. There's no way he's going to do that.
Yeah, no, it's very, very accurate. I have mixed feelings about it. Part of me is like, you know what? It's hard to hate on someone who has figured out a way to make a cool buck and get a lot of eyeballs and, you know, do these crazy things that have really only been possible to do within the last couple of years because of social media and the presence of these celebrities and stars and personalities that are coming out of the woodwork, you know, on Instagram and on YouTube. And you could be an actual famous person without ever having learned a trade. So, and we all, I think, have a tendency to hate on those people. But if I'm being honest, like, making yourself a famous person is kind of a trade in and of itself, regardless of how you do it, whether it's, you know, booty pics and looking pretty on, you know, taking pictures, or it's saying wild things and chugging beers like the Nelk boys do, whatever it is.
Yeah, but like, it's like, I don't know, maybe as an ex-NFL player, it's disingenuous. Whereas like I love that Conor McGregor has taken like the complete you know, mix of like Muhammad Ali / you know, Money Mayweather / you know, Apollo Creed, and like mix this whole thing up into this like epic shit talking thing. Like I was reading like him and Nate Diaz going back and forth. I mean, it's just like, it's so classic. It's almost like a movie. I mean, and McGregor's entire persona, like, it's so fucking like, you know, dynamic. He's over there showing his like, you know, $20 million fucking Lamborghini yacht and the next one and the next one, you know, it's fucking fantastic. It's, I mean, but at the end of the day, like, that dude legitimately gets in the ring and, you know, I mean, fucking shatters his leg. I mean, you know, if his leg's fucked up, he's still doing leg kicks. So it's not like he's got any fucking, you know, I guess you could say like cowardice in him. I mean, he's a legitimate dude. And even Jake Paul and his brother, I mean, those dudes are legitimately getting in the ring, which is something that 99.9% of the people in the world will never do. So you have to just give them respect for that. Now, I look at it and think, well, you know, here's all the intangibles and I can hate on for their stupid tattoos or whatnot. But at the end of the day, they're fucking strapping it up on game day and going out there and fighting. Yeah,
no, I agree. And I same thing. I think a lot of us wanted to believe that Jake would be terrible and have zero skill. And the fact is, you know, he's pretty good. He looks like he puts in the work, and you know, he's got the heart of a fighter, it seems like, so far, which is, you know, it's still very early, but, you know, good for him.
Yeah, no, I mean, it's the age old, like, hey, you know, if you want to prove yourself, here's the proving ground. Those guys have created it. I do like the banter with him and Dana White, where he's telling him that he's going to beat up Dana White at a club, and Dana White's like, fuck you, get in line. Everybody wants to kick my ass. And then he made the joke and he's like, well, I am in my 50s, so technically I'm in the age range of fighters that he fights. Oh shit. Like you're not talking shit to Dana White after all this. I mean, he's I mean, this is what he does. He's fucking good at it.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. No one's gonna get one over on Dana in terms of talking shit. And that guy has the thickest skin in the entire world. It literally, he's been attacked from every possible given angle, and, you know, water off a duck's back at this point. You know, he doesn't give a fuck.